Driving out the road, what you've got on each side of the road for about 3 miles is stupid. Stupid of all kinds, right there just outside the gates, isn't it? And these young guys and gals that have just gotten in the military with their first paycheck, a lot of them just out of high school, are out there and they get tied up with these payday lenders so bad that the federal government had to pass a law. If you're in the military, you can't pay but 30% instead of 800% to a payday lender. Because what's happening is the payday lending is the #1 reason sailors are losing their security clearance and they're getting a cut in pay because they get downgraded in pay grade when they lose their security clearance. It's killing us across the board. Not just military, everybody's falling for this junk. 80% of millionaires in America, though, listen to this, are first-generation rich. So how does that go into this other thing? Well, what I figured out is this. Tom Stanley in the book The Millionaire Next Door says 80% of America's millionaires are first-generation rich. That means they started with nothing, did smart stuff, and became millionaires. 8 out of 10 of them. Which is like the opposite of what we're talking about here, isn't it? And what I start thinking about is, you don't see these greedy rip-off things we're talking about in the rich end of town, do you? You don't see rent-to-own in the high-rent district. You don't see title pawning or payday lending in the high-rent district, do you? It's in the poor end of town, isn't it? You know why? Because there's 2 types of people in the poor end of town. There's broke people and there's poor people. And there's a difference. Mike Todd says, just like Dave Ramsey says, I have been broke, but I've never been poor. Poor is a state of mind. Broke is I'm passing through, I ain't gonna live here long. I don't like this place. It's a mentality difference, isn't it? And what I have figured out is if you do rich people stuff, even if you're broke, if you do and think and buy and spend and save and budget like rich people, eventually you get to be. But if you're rich or if you're poor and you do poor people stuff, like these rip-off things, you know what you're going to be?